You stare at the screen, it's 3 in the afternoon, the brain fog rolls in, you just cannot retrieve a simple word, and you assume your brain's capacity is permanently fixed.
Right, like a machine moving in only one direction.
Exactly.
And, 20th century scientists actually believed the exact same thing. They thought the neurons you were born with were the ones you died with, but, well, the real answer is far stranger.
Yeah, because a mushroom growing quietly on the side of a beech tree completely proved them wrong. So, in today's deep dive, we're looking at centuries-old traditional Chinese medicine texts, biological assays from the 90s, and some recent clinical trials.
Right, we are decoding the exact mechanism and, the practical protocol for using lion's mane mushroom.
Because traditional Chinese physicians actually diagnosed your modern afternoon brain fog centuries ago. I mean, they called it a depleted spirit.
Which is such a fascinating term. Buddhist monks would consume lion's mane before meditation. They noticed the distance between intention and thought shortened.
The mind simply felt cleaner. But, the molecular explanation did not actually arrive until 1991.
Yeah, that was when Japanese researcher Hirokazu Kawagishi isolated 2 unique compounds inside the mushroom.
Hericenones and erinacines, right?
Exactly. And these molecules do something highly unusual. They successfully cross the blood-brain barrier.
Which is notoriously difficult to get past.
Oh, absolutely. But they pull this off because they have an incredibly low molecular weight. Plus, they're lipid-soluble, which allows them to, slip right past your brain's security system.
Okay, so once inside, they stimulate the production of nerve growth factor, or NGF.
Right. And you can think of NGF as a biological construction crew inside your head.
I really like that analogy. So it directs your nervous system to build new neural connections, right?
Yes, to repair damaged tissue and really just to strengthen the whole network. Because as you age, your brain naturally slows the production of this crew, which causes cognitive decline.
And lion's mane basically signals your brain to hire them back. Which brings us to that 2009 double-blind clinical trial by Koichiro Mori. This proved it was not just, some placebo effect.
Yeah, they took older adults with mild cognitive impairment and gave them lion's mane for 16 weeks. Their cognitive scores jumped significantly.
But the crazy part is what happened 4 weeks after they stopped taking the extract.
Right, those scores dropped right back down to baseline.
So the mushroom was actively maintaining that neural infrastructure.
It was. But then a more recent discovery in 2020 revealed an even deeper mechanism. Lion's mane also stimulates BDNF, which stands for brain-derived neurotrophic factor.
And that protein basically governs synaptic plasticity, doesn't it?
It does. And here's the really counterintuitive twist. Currently, there is no approved pharmaceutical drug for cognitive decline that upregulates both NGF and BDNF simultaneously.
Wow. Meaning it doesn't just repair existing connections, it physically reorganizes your brain's pathways.
Exactly, allowing your nervous system to reroute traffic around a blocked highway to keep information flowing.
But wait, hold on. I have a serious biological question here. If an aging brain is artificially forced to upregulate nerve growth factors, isn't there a danger to that?
What do you mean?
Does this override a natural biological shutdown mechanism and risk, unwanted cellular growth or other side effects?
Oh, I see. Well, no, because research shows lion's mane acts as a modulator rather than a forced accelerator.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it prompts the body to optimize its own natural protein synthesis pathways rather than just flooding the system with synthetic hormones. The process unfolds gradually. It requires structural proteins to physically build over weeks, not minutes.
Which explains why you wouldn't feel the effects right away, like you would with caffeine.
Precisely. It takes time.
Okay, so that brings up the actual practical protocol for getting these compounds into your system, because just taking a raw mushroom will not work, right?
Right. The research points strictly to using a dual extract.
And this is just basic chemistry. Mushrooms contain beta-glucans, which are those structural compounds known for boosting the immune system.
Yeah, and beta-glucans are water-soluble, meaning they only extract in hot water.
But the brain-boosting hericenones are alcohol-soluble, so if the label does not specify a dual extract using both water and alcohol, you are missing out.
Exactly. The critical neurocompounds are simply left behind in the processing plant. You also need to match the clinical dose, which is usually 500 to 3,000 milligrams daily.
And because those hericenones are lipid-soluble, your body absorbs them significantly better if consumed with dietary fat.
Yes, a handful of almonds or a spoonful of olive oil makes all the difference.
Good to know. But practitioners also advise cycling the compound, right?
They do. Taking it for 2 to 3 months, then pausing for a few weeks, prevents the body's receptors from downregulating their response.
Got it. And we should probably mention, anyone with mushroom allergies or taking anticoagulant medications must consult a doctor first.
Absolutely, as the compounds can interact with blood clotting mechanisms.
So think back to that afternoon brain fog. Your brain is actually not finished.
Right, the ancient monks felt it, and modern clinical trials have basically proved it.
Your neural architecture is still waiting for the right instructions. It forces a total reevaluation of what was previously accepted as fixed biological decline.
It really does.
So I want to leave you with this. If a single mountain mushroom contains the precise molecular keys to cross the blood-brain barrier and rebuild the human nervous system, what other ancient depleted spirit remedies hold hidden molecular blueprints that remain entirely undecoded?